my name is Amanda Marie Estrada, and I am a 23-year-old Hispanic female from Corpus Christi, Texas. I am currently in my senior year of engineering at Texas A&M University, Kingsville. I am a waitress at a local steakhouse, and I am a Wilton Method instructor at Michael's Craft Store.
Hi Amanda, so nice to be with you here today. Can you tell me a little bit about your personality?
My personality is best described as very bubbly, sweet, fun, and a little bit crazy sometimes.
And how did you get into baking, cake decorating? Tell me a little bit about that.
I started, as most people did when they were young, just helping their mom out in their kitchen, but it really didn't become one of my passions until my junior year of high school. I was actually selected to join a co-op program through the Naval Air Station in a local community college to become an aircraft mechanic. At the end of my junior year, I decided to make a end of the year cake. I made a airplane cake, which is appropriate for the situation. It was not just a 2D cake, it was a 3D airplane cake. So I enlisted the help of my mom. We baked up some sheet cakes, stacked them, made some icing, filled them, worked with fondant for the first time, and I'm sure it was not the best cake in the world, but everyone loved it out there. It was a program with 13 guys and 3 girls, so of course they ate the whole thing up, and just from there I started making them their birthday cakes, kind of making special occasion cakes, and that's just where I started.
Wow, I'm sure your friends love you for that. So how would your friends describe you?
With me, I think when I'm with my friends, there's really never a dull moment. Like I said, I'm really bubbly, I'm really outgoing, so I like to have a lot of fun, and my friends can back that story up.
And on the flip side of that, what would you say, how would your toughest critics describe you?
I think my toughest critic would have a problem kind of with my determination. When I get into a setting where we need to get something done, I can be a little bit pushy sometimes, a little bit of that crazy comes out, and I get, like I said, a little bit pushy in situations such as that.
Okay, so that's one of the qualities that you have would be determination.
Yeah.
What would you say would be your best quality and your worst quality?
I think my best quality is, like I was saying with my worst quality, is my determination. When I start something, I need to get it done, and not just any old way, I have to have it done correctly. So that kind of moves over to my worst quality, which would be maybe perfectionism. I don't like to end a task until it is up to a standard that I set, and I really never set a low standard for anything. So.
Oh, okay. So in a setting like that, what type of people or things would push your buttons?
In life, in general, what really makes me mad are the type of people who like to kind of ride along but not contribute anything. Like, say in a group setting, the person that likes to just write their name on the report when you turn it in. I think when you're working together with a lot of people, it's important that everyone works together and gives their all to work towards a goal.
Okay, tell me a little bit about your upbringing, about your past, and if it's helped or if it's hindered you to become the person that you are today.
I've actually been extremely blessed. I grew up in a Christian family. Both my parents, they were, I mean, the best parents I could ever have asked for, and they raised me and my sister and my brother with the feeling that we were invincible, just that whole, you can do anything you want, the sky's the limit, and I think that's carried over into my life in so many ways. In my engineering, in the co-op that I was in, there's a lot of guys. I'm usually one of only 2-3 girls in any of my classes, and there's a lot of pressure right there, and so just with that feeling in me that I can get anything I do and I can go anywhere in life that I want to take me, I think that's kind of like pushed me to go ahead. Like I said, I have 2 classes left to like get my bachelor's in engineering, so just that thought has really helped me.
So it sounds like you just do your best at everything. Yeah. Can you tell me some of the things that you believe that you excel at most in life?
Most in life, I feel I excel at my 2 things, at my academics and also at my caking life. And in academics, like I said, I push my hardest, pull all-nighters, I study, I do the best that I can to get working towards my degree. And then also in caking, Without any formal training, I've been able to create so many different styles of cakes, accomplish so many different techniques, so I definitely think those two areas are my strongest.
And I'm sure in making cakes and things like that, getting a little bit of attention, there also comes criticism. How would you say that you react to that criticism?
When criticism comes, it usually comes in two forms, I think. It comes, you can either have constructive criticism, which I don't mind, because when someone gives you constructive criticism, they're kind of trying to help you along, so I'll take that, kind of work it into what I'm already doing and go with that. Now, when people come and they're a little bit malicious, trying to give you something ugly, I listen to what they say, because maybe they do actually have a valid point. So I kind of try and remove some of the negativity. If it is a valid criticism, I'll take it and apply it in my life. But if it's not, I just kind of dismiss it, push it aside.
And I'm sure you've seen criticism on The Next Great Baker. Who do you think, which cast members do you think that you relate most to, and why?
I think I relate most to two cast members, actually, Megan and Karina. Megan, she had such a sweet disposition. She was really kind throughout the entire show, and I really liked that. And also Karina, I really liked, she had a different attitude. She was a little more headstrong, but she got stuff done. And I think that's something that I relate to. I can be sweet, kind, and whatnot, but when it comes to completing a task and doing the best, that's what I try my most to do.
Okay. And in reference to the show and the contestants, do you feel that your skills are better than some of the previous contestants?
I actually, in some of those challenges, definitely. I don't mean disrespect to any of the cast members. They were all excellent cake bakers, but in some of the challenges, some of them got a little shaky, maybe didn't do stuff that I thought was up to par. So I think in that situation, I could definitely do a lot of what they were doing better than what the show showed.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about your food industry experience?
As I mentioned earlier, I currently work as a Wilton method instructor, and the ironic thing with that is I've never taken a Wilton class before. Yeah, my mom took all the Wilton classes way back when, and I remember her coming home with her buttercream kits and whatnot, and it's like I would kind of pick up a piping bag every now and then. But while at Joann's a few months back, I had seen that they were looking for a Wilton instructor. So I thought, what the heck, I'll go ahead and try to do this myself. So I turned in the online screening form. Days went by, weeks, months. I didn't hear anything back, and actually I kind of forgot about it. One day though, on the way to a leadership banquet, I got a phone call, and it was Wilton on the line. And they told me they had filled the Joann's position, but they were looking for a instructor at Michael's. So she asked me a few basic questions. I told her I had never taken any of the courses, but when she saw my work, she felt I was qualified, and I actually just finished my first set of classes with some wonderful students. They learned a whole lot, and so it's really a fun experience to be going through right now.
Okay. Do you have any cake decorating or baking or pastry experience, and any relevant experience that translate into your decorating today?
Like I said, I'm completely self-taught, so everything that comes out on my cakes is just 100% me. I'm part of a really great online community, a website called CakeCentral.com, and it's just some of the best cakers in the world coming together, sharing techniques. So everything I've learned has been self-taught. I see a technique that I like. My pastor always said, don't get intimidated, get motivated. So when I see something that I really want to accomplish, I look into it, analyze it, use my engineering skills to kind of break it down, and I like to figure it out myself. And so that's where most of my techniques and training has come from.
Wow, that's great. And how long have you been baking and decorating?
Over 5 years. Like I said, I started seriously doing it at the end of high school for myself, but it hasn't really picked up until college, joining a sorority, having so many friends. There's a lot of birthdays that come up, so I make a lot of cakes for my friends, and they share with their families, and I make cakes for families and things like that.